EG.
On that port.
Let's check out the lineups for these teams. Of course, it is going to be Giants. They are playing as the blue team. It will be on your screen in just a moment. But what do we think? I mean, the main man for them, he has been the man in the middle, and actually he's been kind of...
It was saying EG is probably the best team fight team in Europe. And we've seen it before. I mean, in earlier games, EG was down 7,000 gold, and yet they'd still win these team fights because of that coordination, because of just them playing so long together. They know what everyone's going to do at every kind of moment, and it really pays off for them. But as you see on your screen, the bans, Lux, Kale, and Shen coming out of Giants, and Kennen, Elise, and Vi out of EG.
Very, very quick bans there. We did mention the fact that Kennen would be taken out, and Xin Zhao being locked straight in for the Giants, and immediately Brickett picked up Renekton. So we're going to see how that gets counted. What will be the other pick? Will they go for a support, bearing in mind Thresh available, as is basically every support that they kind of would want?
Yeah, I mean, Cripple, he's been playing, well, pretty much everything at this point. He's playing a lot of Sona, a lot of Lulu.
Ooh, Nivea's available.
That is true. There's a lot of champions available. I mean, they talked about banning Froggen out, and yet they only took away like one of his champions.
Do you think this is Evil Genius has got to look that you can see them, they're discussing this, they're thinking, is this bait? But how do you bait Froggen's and Nivea? Honestly, I've seen so many teams baited out, and it's just backfires.
We did see it once. It was Fnatic versus EG. They baited him into that Anivia, and they had a counter to it with the Leona and the Blitzcrank pick.
The only team I've ever seen successfully bait out Anivia is Azubu Frost. That's the only team that I've seen who actually countered it. Rapid Star in that mid lane with the skill champion. As it is, Varus has been selected. Yellow Pete's been playing that pretty much excessively, really. I mean, that's really been his only champion. The only change he had around was the 2 games that he lost, actually. So every game he's won, he's played Varus. I'm not sure about Rammus. Do we think it could come out in the jungle? I remember seeing the Giants earlier, and I do remember, I think it was against Dragonborns, and they were talking about, are we going to see Rammus? So this may be something that Morden's actually practiced.
Well, we've seen actually SK play it. Or sorry, what's SK? No, it's Fnatic, Cyanide, and Intelligence Katowice played it, and was probably one of the key features, that mobility to really win in that game. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Morden's been...
But surely Xin Zhao's going to be the jungler. I mean, we've just seen it not working out there in the top lane, and they are going to switch across to Sona.
I wouldn't be surprised, though. I mean, he's been playing a lot of really unique champions. He's been, playing Volibear, obviously, but he's also pulled out Elise, pulled out Mundo again when no one was playing him. Aurelia.
Well, I did actually ask Wicked about the quote. Obviously, he was talking yesterday. We had the disparity on who he thinks is top, but actually he said Aurelia can challenge Renekton in that top lane. So
it's just every time I've seen him...
If Captain Aurelia says that, then maybe we should believe him.
Well, it's funny, because every time I've seen him actually play against Aurelia and Renekton, he just stomps that lane.
Because he knows how to counter it. Yeah, he knows how it's going to work. Next 2 picks for Evil Geniuses, as we mentioned, Anivia is available. We know this bears repeating, and Anivia is available, but Xerath is being poked around.
Well, the thing I'm really curious about is EG going to go back to their roots? Are they going to play a jungler where Snoopy's more comfortable on, maybe a Maokai or something like that? The Zyra, I mean, it's kind of an interesting pick. I'm not 100% sure where that's going to go, but I'm going to assume it's going to be going over towards Crip. I don't think Froggen actually plays her too much.
Oh.
And then there's a Maokai.
Well, Maokai, Zyra has been locked in. I think that's Crepo, I think that might be Crepo. Yeah. Maokai, of course, getting in there, so Snoopy returning to his roots, as it were.
We have so many champions open for Extra to play right now. I mean, we have Ryze, we have Cassidy available. He's phenomenal on both of those. I know you love when he plays Ryze with the double or triple Rod Aegis stacking. Wouldn't be too surprised. It's a nice tanky AP mid champion. You have Aurelia, you have Sin as well. Ashe being locked in for Jet Bones. We've seen him play that quite a bit.
Well, they maybe selected it so Aranea can analyze it later, who knows, but Ashe has been selected. Cassidy coming out. So now they can decide, will they use Zyra in the mid, or will they switch it? Will they pick up something else? Is that kind of saying, we want you to take Anivia? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Cassidy's a hard counter to Anivia, because that mobility, being able to get in there, silence him so he can't even hit you or stun you. So I don't think he's going to go for that unless he's got some giant wings under him.
Giant something, that's for sure. I mean, Cassidy has been a champion that we have noticed being banned against Exterminator a number of times. He has played it before as well. So final pick from Evil Geniuses. What do we think? Twisted Fate has been what Froggen's played lately, but not worked the few times he's played it.
One time it worked out all right. I mean, he didn't do anything amazing in the early game, but he kept farming so much that he just was dominating in every single team fight. But with 10 seconds left, we are going to find out what they want to lock in here. And they kind of seem to be going back towards their roots when they're winning the games. I mean, Wicked back on Renekton. We're going to see Stubby back on Maokai. Even, Yellow Pete on Varus. Oh, okay.
What?
About to say, that would have been really interesting. So he is going for the Nivea, which is this is going to be really interesting.
Well, it made the crowd happy,
Yeah.
and I think everyone at home collectively
hear them from
cheered.
here.
I think everyone at home collectively cheered for that one. It is going to be picked up. So, you say it's a hard counter. Let's see how Froggen deals with it. That's the question. What are we seeing here? This is EG, as you mentioned, or as I said, going back to their roots without the pun of Maokai obviously being in there. Renekton from Wicked. We're seeing Crepo on Zyra, a champion he's played heavily. Could we see another Zhonya's Hourglass coming out from Crepo if the game goes long enough? Yellow Pete's been so happy with Varus lately.
Varus actually made quite a really good showing. Look at the compositions. I'm kind of happy to see EG do this. Giants haven't really gone for that full-on CC kind of composition that they really were working well with. But still, they're trying new things. They're not that tanky. I mean, the Cassidy is a really good assassin. They're really good initiate out of Ashe to follow it up with the Xin and also the Crescendo out of Babetta on Sona. But, just look at the compositions. I really think EG has this because you gave Froggen and Nivea. You gave Snoopy, Maokai. You gave Wicked, Renekton. You just gave them all champions they're very comfortable with and back to their roots on.
So many times we've had analysis, pro players, interviews of people saying, yeah, we thought we could handle an Nivea,
but we couldn't.
But we couldn't. So, I mean, this is balls of steel moments for Giants here to actually, purposely, they've done this on purpose. They've left it open. There's no doubt about it. The fact they just talked about it in the video saying you have to ban out Froggen. They've obviously worked it, so they wanted him playing in Nivea. Have they proverbially poked the hornet nest?
I've never heard that saying. I think they just screwed themselves over, to be honest. I mean,
mess with the bull, you get the horns. Do you want that one?
Oh, yeah,
there's no Alistair, so that's why I didn't want to go with it.
Well, I mean, you cannot give them that Anivia. You even mentioned everyone that comes to analysis test, or everyone we talked to is like, oh yeah, we could totally take his Anivia on. They let him have it, and they just get screwed over by him. It's just, you just can't do that. You really cannot.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final game of Super Week here. It is the Giants as the blue team and the red team of Evil Geniuses. Both teams on a hell of a tilt. It is Giants. They have not picked up a victory here in Super Week. Evil Geniuses have only got themselves one victory in Super Week. Who will be going away happy at the end of the day? Crepo on Zyra, returning again. I mean, you say back to your roots. Got it. It stands for both of them, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's two of them. I didn't even think about that one. I mean, I totally meant that. But anyways,
I said it first.
Yeah, you did.
Screw you.
You can feel the love here at the catcher's desk.
It's a 5-man bundle down the bottom here, and Yellow Pete is ready and waiting. He could, of course, just select that. He has already selected the hail of arrows, so he's just going to lay the slowdown. He could catch all 5 of them if he just pokes into that bush.
Yeah, he could. And the thing is about EG, when they're on the blue side, they're more likely to invade than being on the red.
He's doing a little dance.
Making a little love, getting down tonight. Yep.
I'm just not going to follow that one, really.
Oh, because you got the no-no. Come on, the singing of that song.
We're trying. Yeah, okay. I gave you a little bit of a get-out wriggle room, but you just keep hanging yourself, man. You keep hanging yourself. As it is, both wards getting placed out there. The teams knew exactly what they were going to do. We do see Anivia as Froggen taking the Wraiths there, actually helping out with the Wraiths, I should say, for Snoopy. Wraiths being picked up as well by Morden. Snoopy comes around, going to be starting off on that red. We do see the Wolves also being taken away by Yellow Pete, Crepo combined. So multiple things going on the map, and as it is, I think it's fairly standard starts.
They gave Crepo the big wolf, actually.
Did they?
Yeah. Like, it was purposely left for him to take.
Okay, so we've talked about this before with Crepo, how sometimes he will purposely get more farm on some champions. And actually, I do recall Zyra being one of them, the one that he had like 50 plus CS on. It was for, purposely done.
This is going to be very dangerous in the top lane. Stupid usually never ganks this early anymore, and Samix is going to have a really bad time here.
Coming straight in, Twisted in advance, gets the knockup, has got my level 2, of course, and he's going to be first blood taken down. It's Snoopy that picks it up just 2 minutes into the game.
And that was completely unexpected. Junglers stopped ganking that early because if you fail that, you fall so far behind. He doesn't have his blue buff. But wow, Froggen in the mid lane!
Going aggressive on towards Extermin. The Ignite comes in. You do not give the bird to Froggen.
He killed him basically at level 1 right there. He got him so low just from the stun and the auto attacks. I'm honestly amazed that Exter went down right there. He's been known for his casting, and yet he kind of just outplayed, just straight up outplayed right there.
I've heard a number of people say and talk about what Froggen shades as the summoner spells. They say if he takes ignites, it means he knows he's going to win the lane. If there's a barrier or something else, it means he expects to lose. We do see Wicked getting dived on here by Morden, and he just walks away with a slice of dice.
And EG, I mean, they're looking honestly completely different from what we've seen for the past couple of games of them. It looks like they were tired of losing, and they just want to go for this win. I'm kind of surprised at the bot lane. EG's actually getting zoned out pretty bad here.
Pete messed up the Siege Minion shot there, so that's going to lose him 40 plus gold. I don't think he's going to be... Well, he will be upset about that. I don't think he'll be too happy with that. Put the hail of arrows, I didn't land the damage. Didn't quite poke it enough. We see a little look towards Morden. He's thinking of going towards the red buff. He's just wiggling around, but it doesn't matter because Snoopy's already there at the blue buff. So blue buff being picked up quite late, actually, for Evil Geniuses there. So that blue buff's not going to be available until the 10th minute.
Yeah, I mean, it caught them off guard, though, because you don't typically see junglers ganking that early. I mean, he got red and went right in for that gank. And with that, I mean, you can get kills like that. You can create a huge advantage. Wicked, he knows how to counter Aurelia since he is like the most well-known player on him. Froggen getting caught in the mid lane, has no flash available.
Well, a 3-talent strike comes through. He's taken pretty low. Nullstrike comes out, and he doesn't get egged, though. Of course, Rebirth will be there, so he's quite happily just backs away. And I think he'll just chug through the potions for this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, he wants to stay in lane as long as possible. He has that tier already. That is such an early tier for him. And that's going to make it so you can just harass even more. I mean, once Extra gets 6, the mid lane will be a little bit different. But if Froggen keeps pushing this advantage that he built up, Extra's not really going to get there too swiftly.
Let's see whether Crepo goes aggressive on Jim Bones here as Sona leaves the lane to put that ward up by the Dragon. Doesn't look like he's going to. He is stood on top of a ward, of course, which is why Jim Bones is staying a little bit more defensive than usual.
And Froggen actually backed again after picking up that tier, after coming back to the lane for a little bit, picks up boots, because unless it be even that much for Jim Bones getting caught right, they're taking quite a bit of chip, but he has a Sona. It's a sustained lane versus an aggressive lane, and if you fall behind an aggressive lane, then it's really hard for you to get back into, well, to actually pick up any kills overall, in the laning phase at least.
Oh, Froggen in that lane with the boots and a ward, so returning after picking up that first kill for him. Jim Bones taking aggressive here, does put the volley across on towards Yellow Pete, has to flash away there from the root, so Jim Bones... Summoner spells burnt already. Let's see if whether we're going to get Snoopy making a visit in this bottom lane after that.
Oh, he definitely should. I mean, they have the Kleds available on Ashe, but that's really not going to be enough to stop them from, picking up a kill. And as you say that, look at him. He's already heading down towards this bottom side. Crepo, he always counts wards. He knows there's not a ward in there anymore, and there's none available for Babetta to pick up. So this could be very dangerous for Giants.
He's aware that it's cleared out, aware that his time is up. Snoopy is down here. Babetta comes around. Jim Bones forcing them low there. Babetta could well be dived on. Yellow Pete taking low, very low. Another flash burnt out there. 2 summoners gone down in by Giants in this bottom lane. You would expect to see Snoopy maybe sticking around. The root coming down again, and they realize the danger. They are backing completely away from this one.
Yeah, this is something junglers are typically been doing. Even if they fail the gank, they want to... Oh, Wicked.
Samux going aggressive on Wicked in the top lane. Slice and dices away, but Samux does not pursue it. He would have known where the jungler was. He could have maybe gone for that one.
Yeah, I just don't think he had any kind of gap closer. I mean, he didn't have flash up anymore.
I don't think he wanted... More importantly, I don't think he wanted to lose the gold from that siege minion.
Exactly. I mean, he doesn't want to fall behind levels. Chase him away, he would have lost a lot of CS, a lot of experience, and he really can't afford to do that after he already was first blooded.
No, Samux still continues to farm out. Got a giant wave towards Wicked this time around. Maybe he will go a little bit more aggressive, and you can see he's bullying him away from the CS. It's that siege minion. If he can prevent Wicked getting it, it will be mission successful for Samux. That's exactly what he's going to try and do. You can see Wicked trying to position himself for it. He wants it, and he gets it.
And I mean, it's a Renekton. Oh, actually pops the ultimate just to farm, I guess. Oh, we do have Stupid coming in. He's not spotted just yet, but we do have Samux backing away. With no flash, they actually could get this gank, and Wicked, oh, it looked like he wanted to go for it right there.
No, he's just making sure he doesn't back away, picks up the entire wave. Now he forces Samux away there, and you can see he's just baiting him out. Samux, not too sure, has got the Fortitude Potion running, and he's going to back away on turret. Clever use.
And he's been, well, Wicked's been doing a great job on that top lane. The CS difference is already huge. He actually interrupts his backing, and taking a look at this bottom side, Jim Bones, he's actually not doing too bad so far. I mean, with the sustain, it's helped keeping him in it, but he's not really losing that bad, obviously. And in mid lane, we actually had Exter. He was he was killed early on, but he has a nice CS lead over Froggen.
He does have a rather nice CS lead over Froggen right now, but of course, as soon as that blue buff gets picked up, won't be 10 minutes in, but better getting rooted by Crepo. Plants placed, but they're cleared out, and gold obviously being given back across. Every time those plants go down, it's effectively giving gold to your enemy, so he needs to use them sparingly.
Actually, it would be a nice pickup for Babetta. I mean, he already has a GP10 built up, so does Crepo. And Crepo's always been talking about how he loves that Doran shield as like a kind of second item just to be that much more tanky. And Wicked trying to bait Samix in, but it looks like Samix knows a little bit better right there, as we do have Extra getting blue. We have more to come up as well. No words are going to spot them, and this could be very dangerous for Wicked.
This could be dangerous for Evil Genius. You see Samux going in. We're going to get a twisted advance come through there from Snoopy. Here comes Extermin, though. Samux taken low, and immediately Wicked is going to get dropped, and now Snoopy's in all sorts of trouble. Mortar's going to be taken down. 3 talent strike, bounce him in the air. Null Sphere, one by False Pulse, and a Rift Walk, and strolls away.
And Extra was already ahead in lane because of that CS, but now with those 2 kills under his belt, he's going to have that Catalyst done very shortly, and Giants shoving this top lane very hard just to deny even more experience and even more gold over to Wicked. And that's just, it seems a little bit careless right there. Why was there no ward?
Well, there never is when it's Wicked's involved, and actually from trying to turn a gank, it's just backfired horribly for them. And you know, the call would have come out saying, hey, the mid is missing, but the maneuverability that Extermin has to be able to rift walk across is definitely going to cause problems. Samux taken very low by that top turret, tanking it up to try and get the turret down there. That's why we heard the pings go down. As it is, they are still putting damage on towards that turret more than at the top lane. But meanwhile, in the mid, it's Froggen going to get caught out by Extermin. He's going aggressive, catches the stun down, though. Will continue the damage on towards Extermin, puts the ultimate down, but will not follow it up.
Froggen can pretty much flash and get one more stun.
He's got a Null Sphere. Can he get Rebirth down? No, they're both incredibly low, and they're backing off.
And Froggen had Ignite. He actually would have finished him off right there if he could have popped it on right as he got in range, but he will be able to pick up his own blue here. Will be able to get that tier stacked up just a little bit, and that is going to cause, well, a little bit of problems for Extra, but he's going to go back by and get that Catalyst. So it's going to be a battle of the mids right here, and this is what I was saying about, you know, Kassadin kind of hard countering Anivia, is that ability to get in there. You saw it. He got in with the Rift Walk, he silenced him, or used the Force Pulse. Fortunately, he didn't back out early enough. He's trying to hit him with that red buff, obviously, and with Nether Blade, but that's what does so much damage to Froggen, and he doesn't really have that much health at this point. He looks like he's going for a chalice to get that magic resist built up.
And the root's going out, and once again trying to catch Babetta, but both junglers ready and waiting for this one. We do see Babetta clearing out the ward, clearing out the plant, sorry. Yellow Pete getting a little arrow poked in the back. Jimbo's maybe they're going to bait this one out. As it is, Morden is off at the golem, so he's not quite within shouting reach to try and get in and help out. Snoopy, though, is sat ready and waiting to try and get a twisted advance onto a nice, juicy AD carry. Jimbo's, will he be able to squeeze in there?
He has Flash, he has Hawk Shot up in 5 seconds, and hopefully he will notice that with that pink ward being there, you kind of have to pay attention to that bush. If they face check it here, they're going to lose a member or two.
But better thinking about it, he's going to try and go into face check instead. The ultimate comes out towards Jimbo's, cleansing it off, twisted advance on towards Babetta. He flashed out, but he still got caught out. Crescendo comes down now, but here comes Extermin once again. Yellow Pete going to get dropped very low. Does try and get away, but a Rift Walk comes through. Force Pulse, Crepo taken low. He gets dropped down. It's a double kill for Extermin, and now Snoopy's going to get sniped off. Babetta's the target, but Jimbo picks it up. It's a 3-for-0 exchange in the bot lane. EG trying to pick up the turret, but really that was a devastating loss for them.
All that could have been prevented with a ward. I mean, I'm really confused at the way...
single ward.
Yes, I'm confused why EG is playing like this. There's no ward in the top. Wicked got, or they got counter ganked to the top lane. There's no ward at bottom. They got a 3-kill spree right there, and now they're going to get dragged on top of that. I really don't know what's up with EG right now in Exeter. He's getting ballsy right there as he even trying to go after Wicked.
Well, the stun came out, but that's a dragon pickup, and now the gold advantage swinging to Giants by 2.5k just from 2 solid exchanges. They were 2-0 down, but they are 5-2 up, and they are looking good.
I want to check out these cameras because I think Bjergsen might have switched places with Exeter right there with the way he's playing him. He's 4-1 at this point. We saw Bjergsen with an amazing cast player. I don't know how to call it, game earlier. And in the meantime, we did have a 2-man push out of EG to try to punish Giants for that gank and for that dragon, but it didn't even matter. The turret's still alive, and oh no, Samix is not a good position to be in. You do see him with the ward, though.
He's a little too deep, and Snoopy is caught out already. Managed to get twisted advance on him. Wicked not following it through and actually allowing Samux to back away from this.
It doesn't seem like he has the damage at this point to really hurt him. All he has is that Doran's Blade to really do damage with, and Samix doesn't have Flash available, but has that giant spell going for that Warmog. It's just so hard to kill and so hard to lock down.
Like Extermin's maneuverability normally actually takes teleport. Obviously on I can't even remember the name now. Kassadin. Of course it is Kassadin, who's been one of the instrumental champions this weekend. Has managed to roam himself around. This time, does manage to ping it out, but look at the damage on towards Crepo. Is going to get dropped. Jimbones takes him down. Arrow fired.
And Jimbo's doing a great job of taking advantage of knowing Crepo had no summoners available. We do have Soupy coming down from the lane, but I don't really think it'll be enough. We do have the first start of the game going down in the middle, but it just allows Extra to roam around even more, unless they keep a ward down in that lane to spot him.
Well, we'll see how it does transfer. Of course, the massive burst of damage, I'm not too sure whether they're ready for that. The fact that Jimbo's has been back, he got himself that BF sword, got himself the pickaxe. He's going to have that Infinity Edge very close. Picks up the Vampiric Scepter instead. Now, meanwhile, Samuk's putting a bit of damage down towards Wicked. Of course, this skill champion, skill matchup that everybody claims between the two. Wicked did say that actually Aurelia should win this one out. So it's interesting to see the chose Renekton into it.
It just seems like he's outplaying Semix at this point. He goes with the Slice and Dice, lands it. He gets stunned by her, yeah, but it doesn't matter. He still has that other Slice and Dice charge up to keep up with Samix, and he just keeps harassing him as much as possible. Doesn't really rely on the stun too much. I mean, he's a caster AED champion, so as long as he can keep hitting her, he doesn't really have to worry too much about her retaliating at all. But we do have Extra. He's heading up towards his top lane yet again, and he wants more blood.
He wants more blood, and he may well scent it. It's the Crocodile in the top lane. He's pretty heavily armored, though. He's, of course, got the Sunfire Cape almost ready, but here comes Extermin. Samuk's up there. We do have Snoopy off to the side, but immediately goes in. Has to use his ultimate. Ignite goes down. Force Pulse. Riftwalk's going to come back in. Samux dives on. It's going to be a very dead Wicked. Here comes Snoopy to try and prevent the damage. Can he get away from it? Samux, one more hit. Will it be enough? Managed to stun him on the turret. Can they turn it back around? Snoopy now taking low. Extermin tanking up the turret. It's going to be a double kill. It's Samux that picks it up. And would you believe it? They've got them both again.
And looking at this, you would not have guessed that Giants were 0-4 throughout this entire Super League bot lane.
The arrow down the bottom, the crescendo, and oh, Crepo's been caught on the turret. He's going to get his passive, but he's going to try and snipe it out there. Jim Bones, wow, he's turning things around. Top turret goes down. Giants clawing out every advantage they get. 9-2 in kills.
I am scratching my head right now, Demon. I don't even know what EG's doing. I mean, they're playing champions they're used to, but they're not playing smart at all. I mean, what else is there to really say? They're just not playing like we usually expect them to. And Giants, who are 0-4, are taking this game and opening it wide open, or making it wide open.
Busting it wide open.
Yeah, let's go that one.
Steals away the blue buff from Anivia. That is a huge deal right there. The fact that Froggen can't have that blue.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get that chalice as an item, and that's what you have to do against Anivia. If you keep denying that blue over and over, he's not going to get the... Well, he's not going to be able to wave clear like he needs to, so you can really siege the towers easily, and he's not going to have the damage overall. But we do have a 3-man push on the spot lane of Giants, but we do have Snoopy coming down to defend it.
Snoopy comes down, defends it. That volley shot just prevents any chase, though, on towards Mordant, and Giants back away. Extermin was heading down the south here, so maybe they're going to stick around. Nope. It's just that they've called out the back, so Jimbo's just going to go pick up the Golems. Extermin in the mid, though, has been the instrument of death so far for Evil Geniuses. 5-1-1, has fell behind in CS because while this has all been happening, Froggen stayed in that mid lane. He took the turret. That's a big advantage to take that mid turret down, but Giants don't seem to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, Extra, he's still up 1,200 gold to Froggen at this point. Yeah, you're going to lose on CS, but if you keep getting his kills, you're getting more gold, first of all, and you're denying the people you're killing the chance to get, farmed up to get the levels they need, and you're giving your lane an advantage. And Giants haven't really grouped up yet. Oh, Extra might get caught here, but just Rift walks away, just like a Kassadin does.
Just as a Kassadin does. All you want to do is place a ward, and he does that successfully. Froggen coming around, maybe trying to get a little poke on towards him, comes around, puts the wall down, usually manages to divert him, but this time Extermin dodges it out, and it will be doing not a great deal of damage with that Ice Blast.
And Froggen, without that blue, as you see right now, he doesn't have the mana he needs to keep staying in lane and keep getting this farm up. His item's a little bit interesting, as he is he's trying to load up that wall just to create some opportunities in the jungle if they do want to fight. That wall can completely cut you off, and we heard Crepo talk about how his walls are always perfect. He's always in the right position, but now Giants grooved up in the mid lane. I was just about to say, they haven't really made a push with their advantage, but they are going to get that mid turn. Even top right now, we have Semix just tanking Wicked under the tower.
They're all backing. They've realized the danger. And actually, they've talked about how they've left the mid lane open. But now we're going to see going in towards the top. Mordant on the turret. Here comes Extermin. It's going to be Wicked going down again. Samux with another kill on towards his inner turret now. They may be able to take it down. The middle turret's going to go down. Giants are just creating opportunities across the map. And Evil Geniuses are left wondering what the hell is going on around here.
The only thing that's going through my head right now is what I was saying earlier about RNA, saying which team's going to win. It always seems to backfire since he had EG as his pick. But anyways, we do get a turret for EG on the bot lane, so it is 2-4 in turrets. And this gold lead, 6,000 at this point, dragging back up. A great transition from Giants, getting those 2 middle turrets, going for this. Samek's gonna die in the top lane, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The damage is done. 2 turrets and a dragon will be completely worth it.
2 inner turrets and a dragon for an ultimate. And actually, Giants, well, Samek's is running away from this one. Can he get away? No, the wall just says no. Oh, they just stepped around it, the side. He's still walking away. You know what? The rest of his team are starting to close in here, and he's gonna dash. Would you believe it? Talon strikes the win, and here comes Morden. They might turn this one on towards Snoopy. Snoopy goes down to Morden. Oh my God! I do not believe it. The arrow comes out. Samex, you have balls of steel, man.
It's a woman, though. But great play out of him. I mean, he was 1v3 right there and still escaped somehow. How does that happen? Yeah, like how, as EG, as being a top team in Europe, how did...
Well, there's words that explain what just happened, and I can't say them on air. WTF, I believe, is the phrase I'm thinking of, but Giants here are absolutely dominating Evil Geniuses, and this is just been just a huge tilt by Evil Geniuses. What on earth is going on? And all credit to Giants for creating this chaos. We talked about this against Gambit, the chaos they created across the map. They do the same against Dragonboards. They cause problems for teams, and Evil Genius is one of those teams that need the time to farm out, to take it to that late game. Can they do it? They have an Ivia, so the king of stall is there.
Well, if they can't keep their blue buff, it's not going to matter in the end. I mean, Giants, they thrive off this chaos, and EG...
9,000 gold difference!
It is. You can count, Demon.
No, I can't actually, because I think it's 8.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt there. But yeah, I mean, Giants, they thrive off chaos, and EG thrives on that control. I mean, Nivea is a perfect example of it. Froggen likes to lock you down and position himself perfectly, but it just seems like they're just full countering them. And I'm really curious, because the Super Week has not been kind to EG. They've lost to AAA. It must have been a huge hit on their overall team morale.
Well, they'd go 1-4, which they absolutely would not want coming into this. Nobody wants that. It would be the same score that Giants
will have if they win.
If they win, and that is not a good position for Evil Geniuses, the team that some would say was one of the best in Europe. They were top in the league just 2 weeks ago. Top in the league. They were 6-1 or 6-2, maybe, I think, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And now they are...
I think it was 5-2.
No, they're 5-2. 5-2. Now they are 6-5, staring at a 6-6, a 50% win ratio.
I don't think anyone here watching could have guessed that this would have happened throughout the Super Week. I don't think the standings were supposed to change that crazy, but that's what can really happen. The blue, it was a great job by him trying to take that away, but EG is going to defend it, so it looks like they are going to fight this game till the very last breath.
Oh my God, they managed to fight for the blue buff, but they are losing out across the map, and well, Giants are just taking an absolute arm, a leg, the whole body, the head, everything, the whole damn thing is going down. The whole family line has just dropped because Giants have picked up Baron Nashor.
And look at the item difference we have right now, Demon. I mean, we had first blood on Samex in the top lane, has Warmogs now, even has Berserker Greaves, working towards a Triforce. You have Exer, look at him. Archangel Staff, Sork Boots, Rod of Ages. You have an Infinity's Edge done on Jim Bones. And you have the support. I mean, he almost has an Aegis built up, has 2 GP10, even has a Sight Stone on him.
Samex is playing with a smile on his face right now. He is actually loving this. 150 CS, 137. He's been able to control Wicked in that top lane. They didn't lose that top turret at all, and he's just been devastating in the top there, completely dominating.
That's the thing, though. He got destroyed early on. He
got killed. He was the first blood.
But even after that and before that, he was just getting destroyed by Wicked. But because of that counter gank we saw out of Giants in the top lane, killing Snoopy and him, he was able to gain that control back.
Well, Extermin, again, is looking to just keep on pushing. Fell behind in farm now to Froggen, but honestly, the opportunities created have been huge. Jim Bones poking on towards that turret. Extermin is already waiting to riff Wolf in, and immediately Yellow Pete realizes the danger and backs away. That's another turret gain, but Better may well get caught out here. They've managed to get the volley of arrows. They managed to root him down a lot, but he is going to walk away. He has that Oracle's on, does not want to lose out. But it doesn't matter. Samex is pressuring the top lane. Extermin's pressuring the bottom lane. Mordant is pressuring the mid lane. 5 members of Giants across the map with Baron are causing chaos.
and they're countering the whole thing of Froggen trying to, stall the game out. Because if you're split pushing, you obviously can't defend that Samix in the top lane.
Top lane has gone aggressive as
He's
it
just
is.
attacking the turret while Wicked attacks him the entire time. Like, he just
Slices
does not
dices
care.
around. Oh, the damage comes out. Wicked taken very low. The ignite comes out. They have to back away from this one, but he has to use his ultimate to get out. Meanwhile, they're pressuring the mid lane. You can see Morden. He's poking in towards there. Riftwalk comes out. Extermin may well get caught out. The damage comes out. The Varus ultimate whiffs out there. Jim Bones comes back in. Crescendo on towards Crepo. They're going to dive in. Crepo goes down. You can see Morden dives in towards Snoopy. Snoopy's going to get bounced. He gets dropped by Samix. It's a double kill. They're going to take the inhibitor turret. Wicked comes back in lane, but he can't do a great deal to prevent it. They're going to turn in. Yellow Pete taken low. His ignite's down. He gets dropped by the null sphere, but Better picks up Wicked. It's a 4-for-0. Push it on the inhibitor. They could win the game right now.
And they're going to do it. I mean, they've just controlled EG this entire game. Look at the goal lead that they have. Extra's played phenomenal. And it's going to happen.
It's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. The Giants are coming straight in, and they are going to take down the Nexus turret. The Nexus is going to fall, and would you believe it? It's 1-4 for Evo Geniuses, and the Giants pick up their first win, the big win of the weekend. Super Week has given us hit after hit after hit, and another fantastic turnaround victory for the Giants. That's got to hurt.